famous people, things. New things are called inventions. Inventions is how to say invention. Inventions. Good. Some early inventions are called innovations. Yeah, innovations. Many innovations came from China, but only one Chinese innovator became famous. Innovations. Earthquakes are measured with a seismograph. Seismograph is how to say seismograph. It's got the word graph on it because it looks like a graph. In 78 AD, 78 years after Christ's birth, the seismograph was invented to detect earthquakes by Zhang Seismograph. Zhang Heng. Sorry if my pronunciation's a little bit off. To people from China, they might know. Oh, Chang. Okay, we're back. Zhang also calculated the number needed to convert circle maths into normal maths, called pi. P-I-E, pi is how to say pi. Zhang. Zhang found pi to be 3.14. This was the best they had at the time. To three significant figures. Significant figures. Yeah, he actually thought it was like 3.142. And 14. Well, he got it correct. Those three. Zhang Heng also invented the mileage cart. This was a cart you pushed along to find out how many miles it was. The mileage cart, apart from they didn't use miles in China, not sure what they used in China, but anyway, we call it the mileage chart, was used to find out the distance in miles from one town to another. We can't say exactly what he called it because, well, it was a long time ago and he's dead now. And also because, well, you know, I couldn't pronounce it right. Well, so we use mileage cart for Mr. Zhang Heng. From 700 AD to 1400 AD, or 1400 AD, the most powerful, innovative people on earth were the Muslims. Muslims. Muz. I think that should be a U, really, rather than a mus. Muz. Yeah, Muz. Double Z. Much better, close to what you say it. In 800 AD, the Indian Hindu numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 were introduced to the West by here we go, Khwarizmi. Khwarizmi. Oh, close. Before 800, I wrote these worksheets. I can't remember all the bits. Before 800 AD, the West used the Roman numerals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, often actually they didn't do that. They just went to like that, 4 lines. The one before the V is a more modern invention. Modern. Al invented algebra. Al improved angle mathematics called trigonometry. Trigonometry helps you to figure out how high a tree is without chopping it down. Trigonometry gets one side of a triangle when you know the other sides and angles. Trigonometry. Ancient books were written by hand and copied by hand, or a piece of wood was carved to print a few copies. Yeah, with wood, when you slam it down, the wood gets slowly worn away, and so metal printing with metal letters, much better. You could do thousands of copies, whereas wood cuts that you used to press onto paper with the ink, they lasted for a while. Metal letters that could be moved and reused to make thousands of copies were called, it can be moved, so movable type, just like typewriter. Type. Movable type was perfected by Mr Gutenberg. Gutenberg in 1400 AD, 1400 AD, movable type. Mr Gutenberg, yeah, he made the Gutenberg Bible, which is kind of famous, but in the end he never made any money from it. He was a great inventor, didn't make any money, it happens. Gutenberg is German for Mr Good Mountain. Yeah, Gutenberg. Berg Mountain. Mr Good Mountain. Information spread around the world much faster when movable type made books cheaper. Lots and lots of people could suddenly afford books, not just the churches. Anno in AD means after. Oh, that should be a small a really, rather than a capital A. In 1452 AD, the world's greatest inventor could have been Da Vinci. Yeah, it could have, because he never told anyone what his ideas were. And so therefore, he did all these great ideas, and it didn't help. Da Vinci never told anyone his ideas. Worse, he didn't write books about his ideas. Da Vinci. If he had shared his ideas, today we could have more advanced technology. Yeah, I could have better computer games if Mr. Da Vinci hadn't kept it all to himself. Miserable bugger. Could have shared his idea. Today we could have more advanced technology. Bad Leonardo, yes, we could have been much better technology. Technology was held back by hundreds of years by Leonardo's reticence. Yeah, he was reticent to tell everybody his ideas. He wanted to keep them to himself, and he just drew them on paper, and we didn't discover them until years and years later, and by that time someone else had done the invention. In 1473, Anno Domini, the man famous for saying the earth went round the sun is Copernicus. But in 300 BC, there was a guy who did it before him. This was written by a Greek man named, here we go, Aristarchus. Right. Aristarchus. Close. Copernicus admitted this in his book. Yeah, lots of people think, hey, Copernicus, he was the first person to say this. No! Even in his book, when you read his book, he said, hey, this other guy said this. Nicholas didn't have proof. No, he did some mathematics that made it easier. The maths was easier if the sun and all the planets and the earth all went round the sun. So he just made the maths a lot easier, and he said, hey, it's probably the truth, because it's more easier if the planets go round the sun rather than everything going round the earth, which made the maths just too amazingly difficult. He thought wrongly that the earth went in circles around the sun. Yeah, that idea, because circles are seen as perfect, and you know, we're perfect, and are we? Well, anyway, people thought we were. I'm not. Anyway, people thought humans were perfect because we were created by God in his image. And so if we're perfect, then the earth is perfect and everything goes in circles, because circles are kind of perfect shapes. Yeah, it wasn't circles. And we're not perfect. Well, I'm not. Repeating a lucky guess made Nicola Copernicus famous. Yeah, but after he was dead, so he didn't get any money from it. You know, it's nice to be famous, but, you know, it's like, oh, I'm trying to find that one. Oh, it's an S. Nikolai Copernicus. Famous. Yeah, he said, well, this stuff is miles too dangerous to let people know that I think this way while I'm alive, so I'm not going to let them publish my book until after I'm dead. So he's famous, but not at his time. Before 1514, Anno Domini AD, doctors were taught by looking at drawings of bodies. Yeah, you can only learn so much that way. The man who got doctors to learn by looking at real bodies was Mr. Vesalius. Vesalius. Yeah. I think he's an Italian gentleman. Vesalius started the modern Vesalius. started the modern teaching method used to teach medical students. Yeah, that's why they need bodies. You know, doctors help you out, making you well. If a doctor's ever saved your life, your leg or your liver, livers are difficult to save, but never mind, it made alliteration. If a doctor's ever helped you out, you should help them out. Donate your body to science, because, you know, unless you're figuring on using it after you're dead, but, you know, after people are dead, digging up their body, yeah, they're no use after you've been buried or burnt. Vesalius cut open human bodies while the medical students watched. He used real bodies for people to really understand what's going on. Lots of goo and stuff. Medical. Lots of my students want to be doctors until they do their first cutting open an eye experiment, and then lots of them change. Like, oh, it was miles too gooey, don't want to do that. Cutting open bodies is called dissection. Dissection, both of them are good. Today, each training doctor has a body to dissect a donated dead body. Dissect. Yeah. More bodies that are donated, the better the science of medicine progresses. Faster people get to know about things. More cures there are for other people. You donate your body and they learn more, and then the people in the future get to get medicines because you donated your body. It's how doctors got to know as much as they did. Doing experiments to see if an idea is correct is called the scientific method. Here we go. Vesalius applied the scientific method to medicine. The scientific Vesalius corrected some of the wrong ideas that doctors had believed for 1400 because of Galen. Galen held science back. His ideas were wrong. He thought that air went through your veins and other just wrong things. Just check. Cut a vein open. You soon find out it's not air in there. 1540 years after Christ's birth is called 1540 AD. In 1540 AD, the man who wrote that you should never believe something until you've checked it out yourself was William Gilbert. Yeah, I mean, the very least thing you should do is, like, you know, look it up on Wikipedia. Someone says something's true, Wikipedia it. Wikipedia isn't always perfect, can be changed by people, so check it on two websites, two good ones. The NHS website is the best one for medicine because it's doctors that write it and they don't make money by writing lies or fun of anybody. Anyway, it's the NHS site for medicine. People used to believe that garlic destroyed a compass. Yeah, what? That was written down and people believed it until Gilbert checked it out. He put a compass by some garlic. And everyone else was afraid that their expensive compass was going to mess up because of the garlic. And so they wouldn't check it out. Whereas Gilbert just went, look, it's expensive, but I don't care. I don't think it's going to mess up my compass. I'm going to try it. He put a compass by some garlic and... yeah, after years and years of everyone being afraid of garlic near their compasses. Many things sound right, but are wrong. These are called urban myths. Yeah, there's many urban myths that sound more sensible than the actual truth. We've found out that there's quantum effects are just mad, but they make your mobile phone work. They don't sound sensible. Quantum physics is way off the pitch of common sense. It just doesn't sound like it should be at all true, but it is. And we use it to make your mobile phone. Without a knowledge of quantum physics, your mobile phone wouldn't work. Urban myths. Urban myths often start with the words, my friend's dad says. Yeah, I heard of a guy that, myths. Urban myths. Yeah, you can't check out something that my dad's friend says. And so therefore, it's difficult to, look it up. Gilbert proved that the Earth was a big magnet. Gilbert. Yeah, he was a great guy. Gilbert said an invisible force. Yeah, invisible. Lots of things. People don't believe in invisible stuff. Well, what about air? Air is invisible. Just like close your nose and your mouth for a minute and see how much you need invisible stuff. And yes, you cannot see the force of magnetism. or gravity. There are lots of invisible. Just because your eyes can't detect it doesn't mean to say it's not there. Pulls on the moon and stops it going off into space. We now call this invisible force gravity. Yes, it wasn't Newton that invented gravity. People knew that things fell down out of trees. Apples fell to the ground. Everyone had noticed this, gravity. It was just Newton that figured out that the same force is what holds the planets to go round the sun. The apple pulling force is the same force as what makes the moon go round the earth go round the sun. William made the word electricity popular and made up the terms magnetic pole, electric force and electric attraction. Yeah, it's important to have words. If you don't have words for these things, you can't teach them, and no one's going to believe they're true. Pi to 3 significant figures is 3.14. I know that one. Significant. Figures. I used to be terrible at spelling. 9 in Roman numerals is IX. Or actually, the Romans would have written 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nowadays, we use this. It was invented after the Romans were gone. Dates after Christ's birth are called Anno Domini. Anno, double N, Dom in I. Anno Domini. Nicholas Copernicus is famous for saying that the Earth goes round the sun, even though Earth. Yeah, it spells ear. Why is it not called Earth? Earth goes round the sun, even though it had been said 1,700 years earlier by Aristarchus. Medical students, people that are going to become doctors, learn how to be doctors by dissecting, D-I-S-C-E-T, dissecting a dead body. Go! That's what happened for famous people at that time in history. My name's Gary Stevens. This is my card. I teach in Hong Kong in the international schools. I also tutor in the evenings for extra money. I teach in Saturdays and after school. My email is goodluckgaryhk@gmail.com. If you live in Hong Kong, especially if you live in mid-levels, and you want me to help you out with your schoolwork, you can give me an email. So get your mum to send me an email. My like button is down here, and the subscribe button is down there to get all the good stuff about maths and science. Everything's on the good. Bye!